exchange platforms.
Thank you. I guess we can have an introduction of the team first. So maybe Thome, you start.
Yeah, go for it.
Hi, good day, everyone. My name is Mayuresh. I'm from Thome, working in Group Marine Safety, and I'm joined by.
Hi, my name is Nathaniel, also from Thome, in the HR department handling projects. We are based in Singapore.
Then I will continue. Hello from my side. My name is Sophie Simov. Within Wilhelmsen Ahrenkiel, I'm a business application and process manager. So driving change is kind of a built-in feature. And now I hand it over to Marius.
My name is Marius, and I'm the CFO of Wilhelmsen Ahrenkiel.
All right, good to go, guys. Go.
What if I told you we want to give away a little bit of steel, hoping to get the ship back? Please meet John and his pain points in our industry. He's facing silo-based industry, limited collaboration across companies, lack of diversity, especially in the senior management teams, challenge to attract and retain fresh talent, and the recruitment process is often unconsciously biased in terms of gender, ethnicity, religion, age, and so on. And the industry is being disrupted by digitalization and the next generation. But there's one thing John is sure about. Excellent talent is the decisive factor for reaching the common targets in the maritime industry. John has a challenge in front of him. The financial department will do a full revamp of the ERP system, and he has a great team of business analysts and data scientists. However, he's missing fresh perspectives from the outside and do not have a project manager for the project, which will be crucial for the starting phase. How can he ensure to weigh off the opposing interest between technical and finance department? Just half around the globe sits Amina. She's well experienced in solving technical challenges in a project context, delivering on time and with high quality. However, she's fed up and bored in her current position and feels a lack of inspiration. She understands she needs the know-how in data science to take it to the next level. And being a woman in the maritime industry, she experiences that she do not get the same opportunities to bring in her future-driven mindset. The chances that John and Amina would actually connect on this project with today's framework, we believe is limited. Please welcome the platform which will enable to rotate staff across companies for a limited period of time on a designated challenge. John and Amina will work together. A platform which avoids bias on personal background, a platform that encourages inclusiveness and equal opportunities, and a platform where the right candidate is selected based on knowledge and mindset, not your CV. And the overall goal is to empower change across companies in our industry. We've been fortunate to receive great feedback from both internal and external potential users of the platform, which is incorporated in the deliverables. And when you sign up for Colibri Maritime X, you get the best fit for purpose candidates, trust-based relationship between companies, safeguarded with a common code of conduct, access to a diverse group of candidates, you reduce the barriers of attracting fresh talent, and visible company KPIs. And there's more. So why would you do it? I think the list can be much longer, but here are some key takeaways. Increased employee motivation, inspiration, and retention rate. People are already moving between companies. Why not instead give them a chance to look over the fence? And the marketing advantage. Companies would feel the need to be on this platform for ESG purposes. And you would get the wow effect of new hires without actually hiring someone new. And there's clearly identifiable commercial benefits. And if a platform like this can take talking to action, we've already achieved a lot. Can it be scaled? Yes. I think, in fact, it can be super scaled. In the proof of concept stage, we can already see a large potential amongst the 6 partners in this competition. Thereafter, we can open up for different dimension. Imagine onboarding seafarers, startups, ship managers, and even suppliers and consultancies within maritime. Or what about creating shadow boards for projects or companies with the help of students around the globe? Then we can easily allow for other products. Like Uber and Grab not only have taxis in their product offerings, we can enrich the platform with products like, for example, SeaBuddy presented 10 minutes ago. And actually we played along, as mentioned, on this idea earlier this week. And lastly comes expansion. I can easily imagine we also have synergies across the industries, like aviation, financial sector, medical, and renewables. Let's learn from each other.
Okay.
So what do you want? Protect the steel or get the ship?
Excellent. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Questions?
Thank you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, can I start? Thank you so much. Thank you for yet another great pitch. My question in terms of, because I'm within HR and do a lot of mobility, and I love the idea, but what we meet very often is the challenges, kind of the practical challenges, kind of who pays, what about insurance, kind of who moves over. There's a lot of practicalities. What would be kind of the sell-in to the HR managers for doing this?
Maybe I can take this one first and just see if my team members would like to add something. Our initial plan foresees that actually all the payroll stuff remains with your original company, so where you work. For simplicity reasons, we have discussed that then we need to make sure in the platform that it's kind of equal contributions. You cannot just, borrow from someone else without giving something in return. So we will do this with equal contribution, but the payroll salary stays with the company where you're employed. Practicalities, I think Corona has shown that it's way easier now to work remote. So I think it's not necessarily, not in any case necessary to really relocate for this period. Maybe it can do something like a hybrid. You go there, introduce yourself, get along, see the stuff, and then you can just remain where you are and do it remote.
Sean and then Ying.
Hi. Should I go first or someone else is before me?
I think Sean.
You can
Sean,
go first.
okay, Sean, go ahead
You
first.
can go first. Ladies first.
Okay, thank you, lovely. Okay, quick one, because I also wrote down, it's putting myself in the shoe of a HR, but I think a lot of it on practicality and technicality has been addressed. So one point, maybe more for a selfish reason, if I'm sitting here trying to safeguard my own talent, is confidentiality issues and also talent poaching. Have you guys put into a thought process, how do we make it into a holistic program whereby it doesn't just encourage cross experiences, but how do I ensure that the other side doesn't poach my talent and my talent does come back and able to share the experience with the rest?
I think we discussed some of the points. So we said that, it's a valid point to protect your own resources. And we discussed ideas like, if you contribute to the platform, you kind of agree to some terms and conditions. One could be you're not allowed to give a job offer to a person that you got on a project for the next year, so that you reduce one of these points. Now I just lost the red thread to the second part of your question.
I may just jump in there because after discussing also with HR personnel in Wilhelmsen, we also need to ask ourselves what's best for the world. Do we need to protect the talent, or do we allow them to go over and look at the fence and with that trust enrich the empowerment of working in your company? Maybe that has a better effect than trying to protect them.
And yes, I would just like
Open
to add
question.
one comment to that. It does not make sense. I mean, the person returning will have fresh ideas, fresh motivation, fresh inspiration. It does not make sense if you do not allow for audience or a budget or a room and a space to kind of bring in these ideas, because that's part of the deal.
Sean?
So this is not a question, but a tip for you. It's the Singapore Maritime Foundation is actually looking at a similar rotational project within the whole maritime industry, but they're trying to do it within Singapore and maybe with the trainee level. So it could be a good pitch to them if they can adopt your platform.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think
Thanks,
my
Ian.
comments are somewhat similar on the confidentiality, but not just confidentiality, but the commercially sensitive information that people may have access to. How do you handle that? Is it through NDAs or something like that? Because obviously, most of the time you're going to be working in some sort of competitor as such.
We discussed this, and also we discussed the opportunity to kind of identify direct competitors. At least on high level ground, that's not too difficult in the maritime industry. Of course, when you go lower in the smaller scale businesses, it's more difficult. And then you would apply something like an NDA to ensure that you're not breaching any kind of intellectual property rights. But also here is a bit on the trust-based society, right? So companies also trusting each other, at least heightens the likelihood that we will succeed in the overall targets.
Melanie. You're on mute.
There's always one person on a call, isn't there? Just an open question. So I missed a little bit the thread on the digital side. So what is the digital application related to this?
A platform. As you can imagine, any other platform out there, like Uber or Grab, or like where you connect, and how the UX will look like, we haven't really gone into, because neither of us are experts in the UX environment. But we believe that kind of if the platform is built with the basis we just discussed, you can make it enriching to the users, having the right features on there.
Thank you.
Thank you. Right, next one. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
And that would be team crew advice.